Hey there, I want to talk to you for a little while. If you're in your 40s, your 50s, or beyond, and you have been told that your fatigue, your brain fog, your weight changes, anxiety, low libido are just part of aging, this video is for you. Today I want to talk about why so many women feel dismissed in midlife. And what a better conversation about that actually looks like. You may be sitting here thinking, I know something has changed, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe you're more tired than you used to be. Maybe your sleep is different. Maybe your patience is shorter. People point that out real quick. Your weight is changing, your motivation is gone, or you just don't feel like yourself anymore. I want to say this to you extremely clearly. You are not making this up. You're not being dramatic, and you're not imagining what you're feeling. Most of the women that I see in clinical practice have already been trying everything. They're at their wits' end. They've cleaned up their diet. They're exercising more against their own will. They're taking supplements. They try to go to bed earlier. They've gone to appointment after appointment, and they're just looking for answers at this point. So by the time they sit down with me, they're not only tired from the symptoms, they're just tired of talking about it because they feel unheard. They're tired of trying to convince people that, oh my God, there's something actually wrong with you. Part of the problem is that most medical appointments are really slow and short, and many women come in with all of these symptoms that I'm talking about: the fatigue, the sleep, the anxiety, the weight, the low libido, the brain fog. They may not get discussed all at one appointment. They may talk about those over time, because the sleep can be treated separately from the anxiety, and the weight can be treated separately from the fatigue, and the low libido, it may not get treated at all, right? And that's not a thing that people feel confident talking about in the first place. And then they go through the motions. They're drawing the labs, they're looking at the numbers, and then when they fall in standard range, guess what? You're completely dismissed. Everything looks normal. But what we know is that normal labs does not mean the patient is well. And a lab result isn't in part of the equation, but it's only one piece of the picture. It doesn't tell me how you feel when you wake up in the mornings. It doesn't tell me whether you have enough energy to make it through your day. It doesn't tell me how your symptoms are affecting your relationships with your children, with your spouse, with your partner. It doesn't tell me about how your confidence has fallen tremendously. And it doesn't say anything to me about how you're able to enjoy your life anymore. And your quality of life cannot be fully explained by one lab panel, right? And then one of the other reasons I see happening in my clinic, they feel so confused in midlife, peri and postmenopausal women do, because all of these things can show up at once. You may notice changes in your sleep, and then because you're not sleeping, your energy drops, and then when your energy drops, your exercising becomes harder, your mood changes, your memory and concentration, you're on a peri or postmenopausal wheel and you can't get off, right? Then your motivation changes, your confidence takes a plummet, your libido, your metabolism, mood, sleep, memory, energy, they do not exist in little boxes. They influence one another. It's all part of the big picture here. Hormonal changes can absolutely be part of the picture, especially during peri and postmenopause. But I also don't believe in blaming every symptom on hormones either, right? Fatigue can have many underlying causes. Brain fog can have many causes. Weight changes can have many causes. And this is why I stress it's so important not to observe paper all the time and talk to your patient in real time. The goal is not to say it's all hormones. The goal is to ask better questions, understand what is actually contributing to how you feel. And that is a long conversation. That doesn't happen in 15 minutes. It doesn't happen in 20. These are changes that are common during midlife. If a woman lives her natural life, she's going to do this. Sleep becomes disrupted, body composition changes, hormone levels shift, recovery takes longer. Then you weren't doing this when you were younger, and those things can be common, but common does not always mean you have to accept feeling miserable. In fact, it never means that. Common does not mean there are no options either. And I do think that we're in a place where we sometimes confuse aging with resignation. We tell women, well, this is just part of what happens. And then we stop asking questions. I've been told that before at appointments. No, you're 50 now, things are different. But the better question is not simply, is this normal for your age? The better question seems to be, what changed? When did it change? How quickly did it change? How is it affecting your life now? Because there is a big difference between acknowledging that aging is real and telling a woman she has no choice but to suffer through it. And the reality of it is, for all people, getting older is part of life. Losing your quality of life should never be dismissed without a thoughtful conversation. When a woman comes to see me, the first thing that I do is lend an ear. You can't understand without listening. And I do want a full story, not just the symptom that fits into this appointment slot. I want to know when you first noticed the changes. I want to know what your sleep patterns look like, what your stress level has been, right? What's going on? What are the medications and supplements that you're taking? What's your health history? And what have you already tried? That's one of the biggest things. How are you trying to overcome these symptoms? I also want to know, I think this is the most integral part, what is important to you? What matters, right? You can be the same age with different goals. Does your treatment plan look the same? Absolutely not. Managing your goal is to have enough energy to play with your grandchildren. Maybe you want to feel more confident in your body. Maybe you want to sleep throughout the night. Think clearly at work. Feel connected to your partner again. So goals always look different. Those goals matter because treatment should not be based on numbers. It should be based on the person sitting in the room. And I tell my women that all the time. It's not about the lady that left. It's about the one here now. And once I understand your story, we do begin connecting that with clinical information that may include lab work, medical history, your symptoms, your risk factors, and other areas that may also need to be evaluated. So you can't discount anything. Every single piece is important. And then I take all of that information and translate that into something understandable. I never want a woman to leave an appointment more confused than when she came. What am I doing at work? Am I playing? No, I'm working. You should understand that what we found and what we did not find, what the options are, why we may choose one direction over another, and then you're the person that's going to guide that expert therapy, right? From there, the plan has to be personalized. There's no single treatment plan that fits every woman. Two women can be the same age, have similar symptoms, and still, and most of the time do, require extremely different approaches. For one woman, the focus may be sleep and stress, and for another, it may be nutrition, strength training, medication, hormone therapy, or further testing. But oftentimes, most times, it is a combination of several things. And it's never just one thing happening to a woman. Hot flashes don't happen on a vacuum. And the plan is not something we hand to you and never revisit. You have to age with your patient. When your patient changes, you change. We monitor how you do this. We look at what is improving, what is not improving, and whether anything needs to be adjusted. Your body changes over time. Your hormone plan has to change with that. The care that you receive has to change with you. The long-term goal is not a quick fix. You're 40, you start that plan. When you're 45, it changes because you changed. It is helping you build better health, better function, a better way of understanding your own body. In a nutshell, you're not always guessing and feeling like you have to figure these things out by yourself. If some of the things that I've said to you today are helping you to put into words what you've been feeling, do yourself a favor and subscribe to this channel. I'm going to continue to share clear, honest conversations about hormones, midlife, and how to understand your body with more confidence. I look forward to meeting you here again real soon. Until then, happy hormone health.